Welcome to Comic Book Creation
Oh,
Live,
we live, baby. We
number
live.
43. I'm Anthony. This is Kevin. We are working on Albatross Junction as soon as I can get through all my technical difficulties, which brought me up to being like 30
Noxu
minutes late.
cow. Noxu cow. Noxu cow.
I might try to put up our iPad screens, although not wholly necessary at this point,
Yo,
because,
what
like,
did Noxu cow mean? Like white
was that from
warrior or some shit?
Fearless?
Nah, well, no,
Or is that
man. That
from
was from Bloodsport. Noxu
Kickboxer?
cow. Noxu cow. Noxu cow.
It was like White Tiger or something.
Frank Dukes.
Yeah, it was like White Tiger.
Funny as hell, man. I'm rooting for you, man. I'm rooting for you. This is I just want everybody to know this is the very first time the technical difficulties are yours. They're not mine, baby, because my
Well, I don't know,
Wi-Fi sucks, and my Wi-Fi will fail in about 20 minutes. But right now, it's working.
It seems pretty clear to me, but mine, I just switched to the 5G, and I don't know. Kevin says I'm getting cooked. I think I'm getting
Cooked with
cooked,
microwave energy, baby.
and things are freezing up. I might try to show you. Well, there's a thing on my iPad, but it's like Star Wars related, so I want to keep it Albatross related with probably like a pencil drawing that could turn into like a cover concept. Maybe I'll ink it a little bit. You know, I had it all set up where I had the like the script up. I was updating the script. Everything froze up on me. I had everything ready on the page where I
I
wanted to
think the
start.
5G just everything just got to catch up to 5G.
Something seemed like it needed to catch up because I pushed play on our song and it took 90 seconds to actually start hearing the song. Yeah, I had like windows open with our. What happened here? Here we go. Because of course, either I have to like start a brand new page, or I continue. I might start with this cover concept because I think it was coming out better than the last cover concept that we did.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my cover as well. Yo, I'm going off on a crazy tangent right now just because my ADD's kicking in. But I've been on like a crazy Akira kick, right? I watched it again, crazy, and then I had the idea that it was Otomo's like reaction to to Hiroshima, and all that stuff. So I looked it up to confirm, and then I also found out that that's what Godzilla was. Godzilla was just like a metaphorical representation of like Hiroshima, yo.
Oh, really?
Hiroshima. Crazy, right now he just comes through, he blows shit up, he fucks up cities, and everybody like, and he's shooting that. It's crazy, it's fucked, it's so fucked up. And as a little kid, I'm like, yeah, it's just all crazy, man. It's just crazy the way that shit just works out. It's nuts.
I guess Godzilla killed
A lot
a
of
lot
history there.
slower.
I mean, yeah, but he came through cities like the first Godzilla. The guy in the suit,
That's
six
true,
foot man in
actually.
the
Yeah,
suit,
like
and the
that
little.
could
He came
destroy
through
a
and
whole city event. Yeah,
he
then
blew
they're
it all
dead.
up.
That's true.
But
That's
then, like
true.
the Hollywood reaction was everyone loved it, so they were like, "Oh, we got something here. Let's keep it going."
Monster movie.
Sick,
But
man.
that's like a
Sick.
monster movie on like a devilish scale of an entire
Yeah.
city getting destroyed. That's like
Oh man,
the new version is like Cloverfield, where like an entire city will get
I don't
ravaged or something.
think Cloverfield was that catastrophic.
No.
Godzilla was terrible, man. He was stepping on skyscrapers, bro.
What happened in the
He
Cloverfield
was
that was
mashing it.
like in the spaceship? What I forgot what went down in that.
Um, I only watched Cloverfield once because I hated it, but then what's crazy is everything I read about Cloverfield I really liked. I was like, oh, I liked it. This sounds pretty amazing. I did like the end when he was like they showed the like he was taking like the selfie videos with his girl like Coney Island, and you saw the thing land in the water. He was like, oh shit, it's been here all that time. But something happened where the aliens came. When you came into like when you came close to them, you kind of like you got sick or you started like you remember you would like explode or something crazy like that. It was something wild. Like
Yeah, I
it
remember
was
liking the
basically like what's
second
going
one.
on now with the virus, but because the alien was here.
Hmm.
It was insane. It was crazy. I gotta watch that again, man. I gotta revisit that one. What pissed me off in Cloverfield was they had a like they showed like a quick shot of the monster, the alien, and I remember it being big as hell, like going like through the city and listening, like cracking through buildings. But then at the end, when they showed when it landed or something like that, and it was in front of the guy's camera, it looked like it was 8 feet tall. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what's this inconsistency? That's the way I read it. I could have been wrong. I was probably lit up that when I watched it. Who knows?
I don't
But
remember seeing the monster in the first one, and in the
they
second
kept doing
one,
things like it'll like the camera would pan to like a building, and then you would see like the back end of it like
yeah, it was just like
sweep
a
off camera.
handheld,
Yeah, it was like
and
what
they
the
were
hell's
just
going on?
showing like their friends, like the
Yeah,
staircases
it was
crumbling.
like a
and they
shaky
were
cam. It was like a
running.
shaky cam. Like
Yeah.
shaky
And
cam,
they
shaky
just,
cam,
yeah,
shaky cam.
like I just remember them running through buildings, and they were just
Yeah,
being
it
like,
was
I don't
crazy.
know, college students maybe.
Gotta revisit it. It's crazy, man. It was crazy. Crazy, man. Let me start this stuff up. Like I said before, off camera, I'm gonna draw it just on my iPad. Then I'll broadcast it at the end.
Oh,
I don't want
okay.
to slow down anything. I don't want to slow down anything.
So that's where you're gonna do your cover concept on there, or that's
I'm gonna
like
go
a.
with the cover concept.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that cover concept. Yep. Here's a new song.
Is it?
I don't think I've heard this one before. Sounds dramatic, yo.
I think some stuff that goes down in Albatross is pretty dramatic. Yeah, my cover concept was for like not the first issue though. I think I told you that already.
Yeah. Is he on some like kung fu stuff? Is he standing like this?
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I went through the opinions today, man. I was surprised I still kind of remembered them.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, they sucked though. They sucked. They
But
sucked.
I mean, you probably, if you remember them that much, you probably remember like how to fix them or how to.
Yeah, I just kept moving, man. I just kept moving. I was doing all types of lunges and just random stuff in the house. All right, let me pull up my thumbnail for this crap. It's gonna be pretty thick. I think it's gonna be thick.
This song's called Apocalypse.
Nice.
What did that did I send you like an Instagram today from one of my friends that said something like this is like this apocalypse sucks or something?
Yeah, this apocalypse sucks. Yo, Theo, what's his name? Theo what?
Vaughn?
Yeah, Theo Vaughn, man. He killed me when he said coughing is a new N-word.
Yeah, that was the best.
It's like coughing in public is the new N-word. Like, you cough in public, people will fuck you up. People will fuck you up, man. I almost caught an aneurysm in ShopRite, man. I had a tickle in my throat and I had to cough, but I was not gonna let that out, man. I was standing in line with my fucking mask on, and I'm like under the mask, I'm like, I didn't let it out though. I didn't let it out for nothing. I was like, hell no, I'm not letting this out, man. I'm gonna hold this shit till I get outside, until I'm out of earshot of anyone around.
I think it's a perfect timing for all of that. Like scan your own stuff or walk. They got to figure out a way where you're gonna walk through with just a cart full of stuff that you don't have to like touch anything.
They got that somewhere. They have that somewhere. I think in Japan they have like stores. There's nobody there. There's no one there. So like doing all that RFID stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go in, I can fill a cart and just walk out with my whole cart, and everything gets scanned, and it just takes the money out of your account. I don't like that idea, but it's convenient right now.
Well, especially when like everything's got like a settings. So you go into that app on your phone and you go into settings and you select like which credit card you want it to come off of. So it's kind of just like everything else probably. It's not like, it sounds like, oh, they're going into your bank account, but you probably just select whatever credit card or, that you want to use. And that you probably always do food shopping with anyway. Yeah, this is like a pretty depressing song here.
I like it.
Yeah, I was thinking today that maybe, maybe Star Wars, maybe George Lucas can get back Star Wars now that Disney's in trouble.
Oh, I doubt he wants it though, right? He's done.
Well, yeah, probably. Probably. But isn't it interesting that like they gave him $4 billion? What if he says like, look, you guys, because like Disney just took out a $6 billion loan like in March. What if he comes and says like, listen, like I'll give you like 1.5. You guys can retain the stuff you guys got going at the parks. I don't have parks. I don't plan on having parks. So you can, if your parks ever reopen, you can continue to do Star Wars rides and all that stuff. But we're gonna take back the movies, the video games, all that books. All that merchandise stuff, and give you the 1.5. I mean, do you think maybe?
I don't know, man. I mean, what would he do with it at this point? Just stop? Just cut it off?
Well, like you would have thought that like Disney would have been like, oh, it's safest with Disney. But then like Disney's having trouble because now who would have thunk it? Like nobody can go to the parks. At this time, nobody is going to the movies. At this time, they even halted production on the Marvel movies. They are not even putting out like Black Widow right away anymore. I don't know. Like, who would have thought that like they just wouldn't be like solid?
I don't know. Who the fuck?
So like,
who the fuck knows?
he might have to start be thinking like, if it looks like Disney is gonna like, let's say, go to somebody else that like, let's say that wasn't his idea in the first place. He wanted it to be like Disney, for lack of however it
Yeah.
ended up, but very weird that then like
Crazy.
Disney'd have problems like really soon in a sense like soon after. That's weird. In the
It's fucking
scheme of
nutty.
things, just a
Yo,
couple
my
years
fucking
later.
legs are on fire.
Your what's on fire?
My legs.
Legs. The way you're drawing
I don't know
legs,
what the hell I was thinking.
or you're
Yeah,
because
man.
you were
Like,
because you were
no,
dumb.
I was home. No, just my legs. Like I was right while I was doing the schoolwork with the kids. I was just doing lunges like all day. I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what made me think I could just do this today after not doing anything for like 3 weeks.
No, but isn't that good though? I mean, and you're used to working out.
I
It's
just did it. I
come
must have,
back.
yo,
Like muscle memory will come
all
back.
day. Just ha, 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 ha. You know why? I was kind of pissed off because my shoulder was killing me. I was like, yo, so I get to that mode. I'm like, fuck this shoulder, like fuck this, fuck that. Like I don't care about anything. So I just went. I went full Wes Watson, bro.
I was just thinking you must have watched
Like,
one of his videos and then you had to bug out and do all your.
No, I watched it. No, I watched the video when I texted you and I was like, yo, beast mode or bitch mode or something like whatever the hell he said.
Yeah, like that's good that I had watched that a few hours before, so I know what you're talking about.
He's a funny ass dude, man. He's jacked as hell too.
Definitely gets me out of my stupor. Sometimes in the morning, I'm like super tired from staying up real late, and then sitting there like, from like zero activity from like your bed to your like computer station. It's just like you get tired,
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's weird. And like I have this idea that like, okay, I'll wake up and I'll do those tips like where you hang on the bar, and you just do a couple morning things. Do a couple movements in the morning for your back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get going on those things, but that dude pulls it into perspective to get going on that stuff.
The only thing I do when I don't want to do anything, I just I squat down deep and I just stay there. Like I'll talk to my kids just for the whole time, just stay there.
Oh, that's good, like a horse.
And like and I just stay. Not a horse dance. I'm talking like past the horse dance where nothing's tensed up. I'm just like stretching. You know what I mean? Like I'm like my elbows inside my knees.
On the floor.
Yeah, my elbows inside my knees. And I'm just stretching them out. I'm just standing there like looking crazy until it hurts. I get to the point where I can't stand up. Like I gotta like fall forward and then stand up.
Yeah, I was doing the workout today and just trying to like add to it. Trying to like add to the workout that I got.
That's crazy.
But still, like I was having a hard time. I was just doing it like it was a lifting workout, so I just did it like without any shoes on or anything. I don't know, just like try that out.
It's wild, man. It's hard as hell.
But you know how many like things you were telling me about like back in the day about like 9/11 and stuff like that. There was so many conspiracies and there was so many different theories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so many different things that would like line up that were just wild as could be and just the farthest stretch that you could ever imagine, but just came out to be true and just led to you to down another rabbit hole, then down another thing. My friend Bill, who I was talking to before we went online tonight, was telling me like all similar stuff about this whole thing.
All right.
And like all stuff that was like crazy, like lining up and all this stuff. I was like, oh my. and stuff that you kind of already heard a little here and there, but he had all the connect the dots stuff. He had all the stuff that connected. It was just like, oh no, bro. It was like huge conspiracy.
I put a whole story to it, man. I like it. I should write it out.
He had no. See, Kev, the problem was it was the same, like Albatross Junction Volume 1 is coming out October 1st, and this whole thing is like part of our story, dude. And I'm pissed off because it's like what he was saying was like the whole origin of the hemobites with like pig fate mechanical. Yeah, that's like what they want to do. He was saying, and I was like, whoa! This is like my comic book like pre-story. What are you talking about? He goes, no, like the whole like there's like a Bill Gates thing. He's trying to get everyone to like. It's eventually going there with the like sign up for the nano and stuff like that. That's where real life is going like over the next couple months. Like I thought that was coming a little later, even though that's like history in our story. It'll still fit, but whoa, that's sooner than I thought, dude. I did not think that was happening.
That's nuts, man. But who is this guy?
The guy I was talking to?
Yeah.
He was a buddy of mine I met at the Saber Legion.
Believe anything he's saying? Like why?
Oh well, he just got the same type of like little facts and like attitude about it that you had like back around like 9/11 time, and all these like little videos and all these little I guess it sounds like conspiracy stuff, but like kind of in your heart you're like, oh my god, that's like actually happening. You know what I mean? Like all this stuff is like kind of happening, but like, so is it like a coincidence, or is it like literally this master plan that he's talking about, or for this kind of like
you know what kills me when I hear like all the updates I get from my wife, like working in the hospitals, on how like this thing kind of like it affects everybody differently. It just sounds like it was just designed to just destroy you, man. Like it's crazy the way this just like it's just wild. It's just wild. I don't even want to get into it, but it's just scary. Like it sounds like a computer virus almost for humans.
Really, because my argument against his like and believe me, this is because he was saying stuff to me like, oh, am I scaring you with this stuff? And I'm like, dude, this is the type of stuff that I used to talk about with my very best friends like in high school. These type of wild ideas that people started to kind of either abstain from as they got older, or just get rid of, or just forget about. As my friends went and got married, and kind of we all grew older and stuff, I definitely had less and less conversations of just like the speculative nature with people. And so you would see me probably trying to like talk to you about, like, we would always talk about like speculative stuff, like what could happen if this happened.
And in a weird way, it's kind of fun to talk about in a weird, fucked up, twisted way.
Especially when it's not happening. Like
when
especially when it's
like
far away from like reality. When you're like, hey, what if like these movies like all these different viral type movies that would come out over the 90s, the 2000s, 2010, and we would watch Matt Damon in them or whatever, and just like, oh, thank God that's not happening. But my argument against his conspiracy thing was, if it was like an engineer type thing, wouldn't it be worse? Like, can't you think of like worse things as far as like, I mean, I don't want to say certain things like like flesh eating and certain things like that. There's like worse things out there.
I mean, this
wouldn't
is pretty
it be
bad.
something that would just like kill more than like this one? They say kills like up to 10%. If they were engineering something like he thinks to, let's say, quell the population or reduce this or do that, or gain control over this, wouldn't they want to do more damage?
I mean, I think this thing is fucking, it's almost like perfect in a way, if it's just like to get people scared,
because it shut down everything.
Everybody you can catch it so easy. Like if I had it, I'm in your house for 10 minutes, I'm leaving. Then
like my house is fucked, right?
Yeah, and you can catch it quick, you know what I mean? And then you can spread it to 10 people an hour or something. There's something stupid, like something crazy like that. Like it's
Yeah,
wild.
it
And then
is
they
like
go on,
really
and then,
bad
and
like
then
that.
you don't detect it for 2 weeks, and those whole 2 weeks you're just infecting everybody else around you. It's
Like
crazy.
thinking everything's fine.
Yeah, man. So then like it's almost like perfect in that sense where like it just spreads like wildfire, man. And then like it's like a weak virus to kill, but once it's in you, it's kind of that's when it's a problem.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's like if I was making this and I want to make sure I can control it. Like if it's in my house, I know all I gotta do is make sure like I treat it like an airborne pathogen. I make sure my room and everything is clear and I'm good. You know what I mean? And by the time people figure that out, like half the world was already shut down.
Yo, do you remember Billy Elliot?
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just weird, man. It's like some Mr. Glass shit. Billy Elliot, I love that dumbass movie, man.
Okay,
He's
do you
just a
remember?
fucking kid.
Oh yeah, that's right. You definitely remember because we always quote that.
Yeah, we always say that shit.
Do you remember I'm starting to almost do it on Nika right now. I hope you think it's okay. Do you remember at the very end
When he was
when
like full ballerina with the makeup on, you
and he
giving him
had
the
like a
makeup
skirt
and
that was
feathers
made
and
out
shit.
of feathers?
Why are you giving him fat? Oh,
What
okay.
if
I mean,
like
it kind of
Nika
makes sense.
had this kind of like thing on the side? It wasn't even a skirt. It was more like on the side of his legs. What if
It
we
was
did
like
that with Nika?
it was like he had like feather joggers. Mundo, what's up, bro?
Mundo, what's going on, Mundo? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Mundo. Giving him feather joggers, man.
I hope everything is okay with Mundo. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
Because
yeah. Hope
Albatross, I'm
Mundo
trying to
goes
just
good.
bring in Albatross. I always want to make him have like a necklace with that little bird bones, little bird bones. Are you seeing a ghost up there, Kevin? Are you talking to
Am I seeing a
somebody?
ghost?
I thought you
Yeah, I
were
was
seeing a
talking to
ghost.
Oh no, I was talking.
I thought you were looking for ghosts up in the sky. I thought you were
No,
looking
we
up.
had. I forgot to take a picture of one of Gavin's homeworks and post it. Like once they fill the stuff out, you gotta take a picture and then upload it. It sucks,
Dude, I
bro. It's
can't
horrible,
believe they
man.
make you do that when before the age of the kid being able to do that. That's a
It's
torture for the
ridiculous.
parents. It's like once they get to about fourth grade, and they should send a letter to the. I mean, if this was all planned out, obviously they would have.
Yo,
If this
you know
got to
what?
fourth grade, they give them a tablet or something
Let me
to
tell you
just start
something, man.
doing it.
Maritza was reading the report card and she was getting infuriated. I was just laughing. I was like, yo, it's just all a joke. Like they have like, standards, approaching standards, all these that's how they grade it. So he had AS approaching standards in understanding written directions.
Approaching standards is not good.
How the fuck can any 5-year-old understand written directions? You're teaching them how to read. Like why are you grading this?
Yeah, like back in the day, I didn't know how to read when I was in kindergarten. No,
It's
that
like
wasn't
what
a
is
thing.
happening?
I
So
didn't
why? Yeah,
read.
we were like, why are you fucking judging how 5-year-olds are
No, this
understanding
is an
written direction?
unreal standard, especially
It's
that they're trying
crazy,
to
man.
withhold. They're trying to uphold a standard when they've sent the child home to you
It's crazy,
for
bro.
you to
It's
do
crazy.
this.
Yeah, we can't
Like,
do
how
this
could you
shit.
uphold the standard that they set when you have nothing to do with that standard? Like, you're trying to do the best that you can over there.
We can't do this shit, man. It's crazy.
And because even on the best of days, back when I was I was in. I was just about to say the year. It sounds kind of a long time ago when you say it. 1983. I'll be in kindergarten. First of all, they had it a half day. Second of all, we just played games. We like pushed the fire truck up and down, and as a little boy, and the one girl in my class that could write a word on the board, they made her write a word on the board, so we all clapped at her. She was fantastic, and she was the smartest girl in the class. There wasn't a standard that everyone could read.
Yeah,
There was
it was
one
crazy,
girl
man.
that wrote words on the board. That's it.
Yo, I stabbed a kid with a pencil in kindergarten.
Yeah, it
This
was
kid
like a
named
free
Greg.
for all. It was a free for all. Like one little kid, said something, and then Marlon started crying. It was like day one. I'm like, how
Kid,
come they took him home?
this
Oh, he
kid,
started
this,
crying.
this kid Greg, man, this fat little kid used to take people's lunch, like not lunch, but like your snack, and he wasn't a bully. Like he wasn't like beating kids up for snacks. He would just like come over and start eating your snack with you. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like you don't just
Well,
fucking
he
eat
had a
people's
different kind
snacks.
of home life, maybe that
You know what I'm saying?
like
And
he
one
was allowed to
time,
do that at home.
yeah, one time, this kid David, his mom used to babysit me and shit. So me and David are hanging out in like the house in the corner, like sitting down chilling, and he kind of like crawled underneath it and started eating David's snacks. I remember looking at David, looked like he wanted to cry. I remember this. He like wanted to cry, and I was like yo, like, and I didn't speak English yet, so I was like, I remember just looking at him like, yo, like I want him to stop eating David's snacks. Like, what the fuck? So I just had the pencil, and I was just like,
oh,
you know? I just hit him with yeah.
That's how you took care of that problem.
Yeah, and he had the tip was in his hand and shit.
Oh.
Yeah,
I actually had a piece of graphite. I still have a piece of graphite stuck in my hand from I think I stabbed myself though with it. It was a mechanical pencil piece.
That's what happens when you got a big brother, like a violent ass big brother telling you to do shit. It's all good though. Good times. I would guarantee you Greg is skinny right now, and he asked people for a piece of this shit. I did him a favor.
Yeah. You taught him one lesson he will never forget.
I did him a favor, yo.
That was a harsh lesson, just like the one you had to learn on this stove. Hot.
That was messed up. That's messed up.
They had to let you learn the hard way because you were the youngest.
They
were done teaching lessons by then. They're like, these kids ain't gonna learn anyway.
Like, listen, the other two survived. Like, this one, he's a throwaway. Like, let him learn the hard way. He's a throwaway, man.
He ain't gonna amount to nothing.
He's gonna be drawing a comic when he's 40-something.
No, but what they didn't know is Kev was not gonna ask for nothing. Kev don't ask for nothing.
Shit, that's why I don't ask for shit. Sometimes my parents ask me, "You don't ask us for nothing." I was like, I don't need shit. I don't ask for shit. Like, they'll find out
the stuff that you really want and need, they can't provide. Like, such as like you need like a new shoulder fiber.
Oh yeah,
or whatever to where your you need a new connective tissue. There's nothing.
Oh, Mundo missed it. Mundo, I gotta get an operation on my shoulder, bro. Oh man, my shoulder is just my rotator cuff. Oh, like I can't do this right now.
The way Kevin's saying he's gonna have to draw is he's gonna have to move the piece of paper.
I'm gonna do it though. I'm gonna do it. You're gonna see it live right here. I'm gonna have like my pen like this in a sling, and I'm just gonna go like this. And it's gonna work. It's gonna work, man.
It's gotta work.
It's gonna work, man. I'm not worried.
But I mean, when elective surgery becomes viable again, is that going to be another couple months? So I got a couple months to kind of, harass a little more work out of you. Do a little sweatshop thing going on. Oh, good, man.
They're still going to give me oxys, man. I'm going to go full force in the oxy again. I'll be a happy guy. Then I'll just detox afterwards.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you prevent...
It's the American way, bro.
Like, since you know what's going to happen, how do you prevent...
No, I don't prevent. I don't prevent. I'm just going to be here down like...
Like, do you put, like, a note to yourself, like, memento, that says, like, you're addicted after 12 days or something?
No, you take that shit, then you deal with the problems later. Yo, the rehab hurts, bro. Like, because when I did this arm, the rehab was torture. Like, do you remember when Buster ran out the house and he came through?
Even before the rehab. I mean, forget the rehab. You're in, like, a mechanical apparatus. Forget the rehab. That happens way later. Like,
but
way
the rehab
later.
The rehab is the worst part of it. The rehab is the worst part of it.
What's the shoulder surgery called? What's it? Rotator cuff surgery?
Rotator cuff something. I don't know. It's just rotator cuff repair, I guess. I don't know, man. It's terrible, bro. But my only light of hope is that it's not a full tear. Like, they say mine was extremely bad because it was a full tear.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to, pull the tendon further to get it to stretch. So maybe this one isn't a full tear. It's like my boy had it done, and he had a little tear. And in 3 months, he was fine. He was like, yeah, I'm fine. It wasn't a problem. I was like, what? I was like I was insulted. I was like, what do you mean it wasn't a problem, bro? Like, I was crying for 9 months.
Wait, so there probably wasn't, like, he didn't have that mechanical apparatus that was on him?
He came out of operation. He said it was sore for like 3 days, and then he went to on like day 5. He was in rehab, like moving it. I was like, "What are you talking about, bro? Like, what are you?" And he said his tear wasn't that bad. I'm like, I didn't understand. I was like, maybe you were just a different kind of beast. I don't know, because
Well,
for
that's
me,
fantastic
it
to
was horrible.
know. Like I would tell you, when I was in rehab for my back, there was people that were off the knee operation on day 1, like hour 0. They were
Oh no,
there
no,
with
wait,
a bloody wrap around
yo,
their
yeah.
knee, and they would
Oh my
make them
god,
do the bicycle. And
bro.
I
The
was like, holy shit, they're making this
no
old
man,
guy do the bicycle, and then he's on the table and they're doing all this stuff, and his knee has blood on
nah,
it still
yeah,
from
no.
the morning. Like
The
it's like
craziest thing,
8:45.
the craziest thing I saw when I went for my rehab, there was a guy there with one of those like cages around his head. And I
Oh
was like, "What
my
the hell
god.
happened to you?" He was like, "Yeah, I broke my neck on the job. I just had like neck surgery." I was like, "When?" He was like 2 days ago. I was like, "And you're about to move it today? Like what?"
Dude,
It
I would
was
not
crazy. Like
trust
he
my own
broke his neck, and they
head.
were just gonna rehab it. Like 2 days later, they turned it. Woo!
I'd be
It was
afraid to
crazy, man.
giggle. I'd
So
be
I
afraid to
saw that. I
laugh.
mean, that kind of like gave me the Like, I was like, "Oh, let me just do it. Let me just do this." Like this dude got a broken neck, and he wasn't complaining. He was just sucking it up.
I think laughing would hurt if you were in one of those like
A broken neck. Let me tell you something. Back in the days when I used to do the like the neck weight, just to, like, and you had a sore neck, just looking left would hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, my neck is sore. So I can't imagine a broken neck.
remember that boxer Vinny Pazienza?
Oh, Mundo had rehab for his back. Messed your back up too.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's not a game. It's not. It's no fun, man.
the
It's no
back.
fun.
And you only get one of them.
No fun. No fun, yo. Who's Vinny
Yeah.
Pandienza?
He's like a boxer from like the late or from like the 80s
Hold up.
that
What are you talking about? That's what they had the movie on?
they did have a movie on him, and he had like a broken neck or whatever, and he
Yeah,
came
yeah.
back. Like he came back from it. Like my grandfather was a huge fan of his because he would watch his fights and tell me about it. I was like a little kid, and he was like, "Do you know this guy Vinny Pazienza?" I guess because he probably was Italian, so my grandfather loved him, and he had a broken neck, so it was a pretty interesting story that he went back to boxing. I guess to win at some point after that, but
Yeah. Imagine that your neck is broke, you rehab it, and you get punched.
ooh.
Like, no. Like, nah, no. No, sir.
And he was in one of them cages that you were talking about, because that's what impacted me. Like my grandfather showed me the pictures, and he was like, "This is what this guy's going through for like 18 months. Got being this." I was like, "What? No way!" It's like this is terrible.
Like, wow, wow,
As
we
all in
wow.
one day, I got scared to like skydive, drive, fly, anything that could do that. I was like, hell no. You don't want
Crazy,
to
man.
skydive and be there at the end of it, if something went wrong. Like if something goes wrong, just make it be the end. You don't want to be there with like your legs up in your teeth and everything else.
No, hell no. That's not the way forward.
Like
That
there's
is not
that
the way
there's that
forward.
dude in that Tiger King documentary, right? That he revealed that his legs, he lost his legs by a zip line accident.
Oh, I
What?
don't remember that. That must have been like episode 4 or something.
I don't know. Like he said at one point, like, "Oh, you think I lost my legs with some kind of tiger thing?" No, it's a zip line, and it's like, "Oh no!" He said like the zip line gave way, and he landed on his ankles, and the legs shattered. And it's like, fuck those zip lines.
Bro, Joe
Fuck
Exotic is the man.
all that stuff. Fuck all that Florida zip line fake like vacation stuff that they got going in the backwoods vacation. Hell no with those zip lines. I'm always afraid of those zip lines.
Yeah, I'm not with ziplining at all.
I've
Like, for
always, as
what?
soon as someone said zip line, I got afraid. It's like, no, 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 no. That doesn't seem like a natural order of a human being's body to be proposed into like some kind of sliding, flying bat squirrel,
Oh,
and
no.
then you land on the other side. How do you land on the other side? You hit a tree trunk, or the thing like goes up a little bit, so you kind of land like Angelina Jolie, or something like that. How do you do it? It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right. You know what you should do? They got this thing. It's like an indoor skydiving. passed by one of these places when I drove to Florida. Indoor skydiving. It looks pretty
I like
safe.
that with the
It looks
tube.
it looks pretty safe. Like they got these people that'll just kind of hold on to your hand and hold on to your like ankle in this suit in this like squirrel suit as you kind of float there. It doesn't look that bad. It's probably expensive though. It's probably they probably want to charge you like it's a jet ski.
Nah, man, you jump on Groupon and you get one of them day passes for cheap.
Oh, okay. I think I'd rather, like, if I could do something, though, I think I'd rather do a jet ski. I think a jet ski sounds like fun.
Jet skis, dope. I mean, you've done jet skis, right?
Yeah. It's been a number of years. I think I would still love a jet ski.
Yeah, hell yeah. Come on.
I remember, like, a jet ski just being, like, my favorite thing when I did it. I was like, that's worth every whatever dollars they want to charge you at an expensive amount of, like, $50 for 30 minutes is like totally worth it. It's like whatever that is $60 for 45 minutes or whatever they want to charge you is fine. And then you're having so much fun that they come out and they're like, yo, it's been an hour, you got to come back in. It's like, wait, what? You're like, it's been an hour. Like, you don't even know who you're talking to. Someone else comes out on a jet ski and tries to yell something to you. You're like, what? You're having so much fun. You don't know how long it's been. It feels like it's been 5 minutes. You have to come back. Wait, just swipe the credit card again. Let me be out here.
It's crazy.
No, they want to call you back.
I wish I had there's some dudes that have jet skis by me and they just run up the creek and they follow the creek out to some place. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how do you do that?
You must feel like some kind of water ninja. If you're like literally wild, on a jet ski, in some secret area going to some bay or something, and you might as well dress in black. You're like a water ninja. You remember those like G.I. Joe toys that there was like they had the moccasin, and they had I like those. There was like it was a special toy, and you remember they like remade it into like the tiger moccasin, and they had it available again in like a couple years later after it was originally available, but it was a rare thing. It was like a cream-colored vehicle that one dude drove. That was a sweet vehicle. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember that at all, man. A tiger moccasin. What are you talking about?
The original one's called the Moccasin, and it was a G.I. Joe vehicle that was in the show, and they also had the toy, and it was like a little two-person watercraft. That was an incredible little speedboat type of thing, but it looked like a little military speedboat type of thing. And then they eventually it was like a hover. Did it have like a little fin on the back that was like a little fan on the back? Man.
It's pissing me off that I don't remember. I thought I remembered everything.
I think that like sailor dude.
Shipwreck?
I think he drove this thing in the show. And
Shipwreck was my man.
Like he had access to this, if I'm not mistaken, or it was some other like swamp type G.I. Joe. But it was that type of thing that you'd see in Florida, where they would like, oh, we'll take you to see the alligators. One of those things.
That's crazy, man. Don't remember that at all, though. I don't remember that.
Well, I'll have to look it up. I got my hands full with this pencil and eraser right now, though. I'll look it up. Remind me. Tell me about the thing you're working on, because we can't see it.
Yeah, I'm just laying out the cover with the two lights, kind of like making an X over Donovan.
Oh, right, okay. Is that going to end up being like color?
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, the things that are in the sunlight will be colored, and then the rest will be kind of blacked out. It's gonna be dope if I do it right. But this is where I'm at right now. This is where I'm at so far. It's real rough right now.
Oh, okay. Nice.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
That's the light of the two suns that Albatross or
Yeah.
that Quantum Heights has now.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So it'll make sense once you read the first couple of pages. Like, oh, that's what that is.
Yeah. So during the tribute pages that you were coloring, I guess probably like maybe 10 episodes ago, you can find those on our respective channels, Space Windu or K Scott Cosme channel, the episodes previous to 42. Which we moved over here. But you were drawing like the tribute page, which is like when they acquired the second son, and then so your idea is this for like issue number? This could be for like issue number 1.
This could be issue
like,
1. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this is like they've acquired the second son. That's Donovan on the cover. Donovan's our main character, and that's like a symbol of the two sons is the light back there.
Yes, sir.
I'm doing
yes, sir.
something like these are Donovan's kids. The twins, but these two aren't born yet by the time issue 1 is released. I'm kind of jumping the gun a little bit because I just have this idea that these two are kind of like ninjas, you know. They're these assassins, and this I picture this as like the very end of their working together. Either that, Kev, or it's like at some point where like they're making some kind of stand
all right.
Together. But I kind of feel like this is, you know, like when they're at this like adult age, they're like separate a lot of the time. But this is at some point where they are about to face off against some enemies together.
Oh, I fucked up.
See, I kind of see Kung Fu playing as a big theme in our story. So a lot of the, whenever I get the chance to do like a pose or, as you know, some kind of action pose, I'm always going to try to make it be like Kung Fu. I feel like these twins have learned from their dad. Their dad learned from previous like heroes and teachers of his. And these kids are like fast learners. They grow super fast and they like learn fast, and they're good at stuff.
They're good at everything.
Because they're like their physicality is they're like stronger than a normal human being. So they're also like more agile. Their body's kind of built in a different way because they're part alien. So just like maybe gravity's a little different for them here, so, to their capabilities of their body, so they just seem like a little bit more adept at like fighting, jumping, running, like anything physical. And it makes them kind of like a natural for a lot of stuff, including martial arts, or if they had sports and if they were to do any sports, they would be good at it.
Yeah, they would be beastly at sports. Beastly.
Yeah, they're like alien DNA just makes them like better than a human being, and they're like their mental capacity is like a certain amount greater, and a capacity to like learn. It's like one time when Kevin and I were arguing about like how many megabytes we thought the brain had. I thought, Kevin, you said at one point, this was maybe
a while back, I read it was
though.
like 300, but it sounded
maybe
weird.
You said 500 megabytes or something. I thought it had to be like terabytes. I mean, I thought the brain is just like, some people, it's just like you can extend the capacity of the brain, right? Like form new pathways and stuff. So to kind of, I guess, limited it to one.
Yeah, but then don't they have things like, what is it? Is it Dunbar's number? Like the amount of like names you could remember or something like that?
Yeah, that's an amount of people's names that you could recall, and like actually people that you could have relationships with is like more like what it means. Like people that you could know their name, know who they are, carry on a relationship with them is like 140 to 160. That's a lot. That's a lot of people to be in contact with in a normal year, I guess.
They say that so the human brain can hold as much information as 1 terabyte to 2.5 petabytes, depending on who the person is. That's crazy.
I don't know what a petabyte is. Hopefully, it's not a brain that touches kids.
That's a Google. Jesus Christ, man! Fucking hell. That was too fast to be comfortable with, man.
Anything PED gets like red flagged in my my Instacore, Lumilite, Material Light, Pedialyte.
That's funny shit. Yo, you should give this dude $1 a month, man. It's crazy.
You watching some crazy video?
No, it's just crazy. Like he just breaks down so much. It's crazy. It's insane how much he breaks down. It's not right.
Well, let's join it. We'll have Comic Book Creation Live join it. And I'll look on there. I got one of my computers just like logged in that way.
What do you mean?
Like I kind of just like watch videos
Patreon?
and stuff on the no, I mean like I have like the work iMac.
Mm-hmm.
I have logged in as Comic Book Creation Live. So if we just sign up on there, we both kind of share this channel here. Actually, don't know how the Patreon thing works though. I never did that. Never did that with any. I did the join button on YouTube, but not the Patreon. Is that what you said it is, or it's the join?
Yeah, it's on Patreon.
Thing?
Patreon. Well, they make it easy as hell for you to give people money. So you just go to his his YouTube.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll say, no, become a Patreon, and you click the link, and it'll take you to his Patreon page, and it gives you the tiers, like $1 for this, or $2 for that, $10 for this, blah blah. I just gave him $1 just to see like what was up.
And you get a
And
lot, you said.
And I'm getting more than I'm getting more than I expected to. I'm getting damn near like 5 videos a week.
Wow.
It's crazy. I'm like for $1 a month. And out of those 5, maybe 2 will give you like really real insider stuff, like how people work, what people do, people's work process. He'll break down perspective. He'll break down anatomy. Sometimes he'll just spend like 40 minutes breaking down an arm. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's nuts. He spent 10 videos breaking down perspective, 1 to 2 point perspective, 3 point perspective, and showing you how you could work it into panels. I'm like, damn, this dude, he's just giving out just straight gems for $1. It was crazy.
Rich friend, you said, right?
Rich friend, yeah. You want a rich friend in your life.
Shoulder pain?
Hell yeah, my shoulder's on fire. I always have a bad habit of like leaning on my shoulder.
Right.
Instead of just standing up straight and just drawing. This is where I need some type of like, this is where I need an art table. So I don't have to like lean over anything.
I feel like I'm kind of hunched over my art table though at the moment.
Are you mad, sir? I'm hunched over my own art table at the moment, sir.
Don't deny it.
I never thought the day would come where I'm like fiending to go to the office.
I mean, you have it bad because you always
It's crazy.
You always sense that
it's
you
not
were like
bad. It's just a lot.
Yeah, I mean, well, you have it less comfortable, let's put it that way. Because you had always said like, you kind of got your breathing room at the office.
At work.
Then when that came to a close, there's just no place for Kevin to go, like other than like going into your bathroom. There's probably no other place you can go for 5 minutes.
I hide in the bathroom for hours, bro. Hours a week.
Like, Daddy, are you still in there?
Like, leave me alone, boy.
Come back later.
Come back later, boy. I'm busy.
You need one of those signs on the bathroom, maybe, that to help them, like, you'd be like, oh, it's just to help the kids read, but, like, really, it's just to, like, keep them out of your hair, which is, like, like the be back in 10 minutes type of thing or whatever, like, it's on some restaurants or whatever, like, in the afternoon.
I'd be back in 5. Yeah. Need the one with the clock that you could put like 5. Yeah, you could just turn
it. Exactly. So you're like, Daddy, are you coming out? You'd be like, oh, okay, Leah, just look at the door and read the sign that Daddy put on the door. She's staring at the clock, trying to make out. Okay, the first hand is this. The second hand. Daddy, this says you aren't coming out till 5:30. That's right. Now go entertain yourself.
Oh, Mundo just hit us with the pimp talk. He said, I'm already rich when you have good friends.
There you go, Mundo.
There you go. Yo, Mundo, we gotta go hunting, man. I want to learn how to hunt. I don't know if I'm ready to gut a pig though, bro. That's kind of rough. Gutting a pig. Woo! Woo! I'll do it though. I'll do it. You do anything weird like you gotta like take a sip of blood of your first kill or something like that? I saw that on remember that from where's that from, man? If you don't know where that's from, I can't. We can't be boys.
Rogan?
Oh, what are you talking about, Rogan?
I don't know.
It's from Red Dawn, man.
Red Dawn. Red Dawn. Oh, really?
Yeah. They took him out hunting. He was like, "Oh, it's your first kill. You gotta take." They gave him a cup with a little bit of blood. Like, you gotta take a sip of the blood.
The 80s one?
The original, the OG. Yeah, the OG one. Yo, that movie's intense, bro. Red Dawn and Toy Soldiers. I used to watch them joints all the time. I guess I wanted to be a kid, like fighting like Russia or some shit.
Is Mark Hamill in one of those?
Hell no. I've never seen Mark Hamill in any movie ever outside of Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
And what's his name? Silent Bob, like this guy.
I thought there was some
Kevin
kind of
Lover.
like Red Dawn type movie that he was in at around that same time.
They said let you get a pit-sized pig. I don't know what that means. Like a pit bull-sized pig? You talking like pit bull-sized pig?
No, I think to put it on the spit. What did he say?
A pit-sized pig.
I think that's like when you cook the pig.
Gotta.
Or maybe he means pit bull. I don't know.
You gotta
I thought that's like to like roast it up. You gotta have a big
skin
enough
it, bro.
pig.
You kill it, you skin it. No way around it.
That's what I was gonna say. If you wanted to take home some bacon, then you better get busy.
Move over, bacon. Here's something leaner. I actually took the bacon. I actually put the some bacon in the fridge to make for these kids tomorrow, man.
Bacon in the fridge? How does that work?
No, I said I put bacon in the fridge to defrost because I'm gonna make it for the kids.
Oh, I see. Like it was frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want some bacon too, and then I got lazy. I didn't make it. I have it, but I didn't make it.
Oh, you were right. Small enough to put in the barbecue pit. We clean and spiced and cook. Yo, that'll be it. That's
You know how good that smells,
Saturday
like
right
when
there.
you walk by the beach or something.
That's an
someone's got a
amazing
pig.
Saturday. Oh my god. I want to shoot some pigs, bro. Let's go shoot some pigs. When we're going to Texas to get some hog.
Yeah, like the best way I've ever had it was at it's like, what do they call that? I'm trying to think of the way that they call this bacon. That's like, you know how we're used to, like, I love, crispy bacon and thin sliced crispy bacon and stuff like that. But what's the bacon that's like thick and it's cooked?
Canadian bacon?
No, but it's like, it's cooked that particular way that's like,
Hickory smoke?
It's thick, right? And I'm trying to think of the way they call it at the restaurant. I've only had it at a restaurant where it's like it looks like a piece of bacon the way the fat is like marbled through it, but it's thick and you push your fork down into it and it crumbles.
No, I don't know.
So it's almost like got the consistency of like corned beef, but it looks like bacon. And I forget the term for it.
Sounds crazy.
But yeah, it's like it kind of happens that way. I think like from like it, like when you cook it in a pit like that barbecue, and then it, like the meat falls right off.
Sounds crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to make this cover like different style from the inside. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of taking a page out of Lobo's books. You know how Lobo always had like a painterly kind of cover, and then the inside was just all crazy and just crazy looking.
The only times I would get mad would when there would be like there would be a book that like Jim Lee previously drew, and the next issue has his cover art, but not his interior, and you kind of find out for the first time like that, and you're like,
Oh yeah,
oh,
I don't like
man.
that. Yeah, I don't
And
like
then you
that.
follow him to like the next book, and then it happens again, and you're like, oh no, what happened?
Yeah, that's the worst.
Like it was the cover, it was so cool.
You just feel like you were just fooled. Like yo,
Yeah.
you just took me for a fool, man. I ain't a sucker like this. But it is what it is. They still do
It
that. He
works
still just
better.
does covers.
Works better here because for Albatross Junction, Kevin will be penciler on at least
Oh,
for
I'm looking
now.
forward to that, man.
Yeah, the way the plan is working is that he's going to do, the second issue, and the way that these
Yeah,
CBCL
on the
shows
low,
went.
I've been doing a lot of like little exercises, like drawing pages full of hands,
Oh, great.
drawing like heads here, and like I want my pencils to be crazy. Oh, look, this is where I'm at so far.
Oh, nice. So you're like zoomed in on Donovan's head there, and you're giving it some color. Nice.
Yeah, man.
Pancetta?
Yeah, I went so.
Pancetta is like the small bits of it, I think. No, okay.
I
Pancetta
see what you're
is a certain type.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Yeah. But this is what do they call this?
Gabagool.
Yeah.
Gabagool.
I forget what they call it. It'll come to me.
Gabagool. Yeah, I went so far with the painting that I even put red underneath the painting. You know how they say, you before you paint, you put red underneath it.
Yeah, we
It's
used
like
to
old
put
school.
like burnt sienna or like.
Yeah, it's old school stuff.
I think burnt sienna was the color that my teacher thought was proper.
Burnt sienna.
But he did say you could do it with anything.
Even put the red down, bro.
Michael Donato. Michael Donato, what an incredible professor.
Michael
He was
Donato.
amazing. He was amazing artist. He brought in his works one day, oil paintings. You would have loved it, Kev. All like skulls and stuff like that. All like Caravaggio type like skulls and stuff. Yeah. Like underpaintings of it. Completed ones. Just amazing.
I knew a Michael D'Amato. I mean, John D'Amato. That was my boy.
Is he the one that almost murdered you?
Nah, that was my man.
Did he bully you and make you sleep in the dumpster?
Nah, he was kind of chunky as a kid, and they would try to have jokes, and I was always like, yo, shut the fuck up. Yo, like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I hated that shit. I just hated that bully mentality, man. It pissed me off. Pork belly is good as hell.
Pork belly, that's it. There you go. Pork belly. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, pork belly.
And Kev, like we would order it at the ramen place, but what I'm talking about is like a kind of a different type of pork. I mean, it's pork belly, but it's cooked a little differently, like a little more. Instead of like boiled or however they do it for the ramen, this is like cooked. It's like roasted or it's barbecued, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
You gotta go to Gordon Ramsay's spot and get his pork belly.
Ooh,
insanity! It's insanity. It's not even fair.
You talking about like a Las Vegas spot?
Well, it's in Atlantic City. Remember I told you?
Atlantic City, right.
I spent way too much, but it was good. I still remember it. Fucking almost 3 years ago now. Oh yeah, this is looking crazy, bro.
So I imagine Nika uses like these, like strings out of a cat, like cat strings, like there's like ligament strings in animals that you could use for like bow and arrow and stuff.
Is that what that is though? Really?
Yeah, like I feel like.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Like if you were to make a bow and arrow out of like natural materials, you would get like an animal ligament, and they would be, I think, for part of the bowstring. I feel like Nika, has a lot of that type of stuff. Like he strings together bracelets and clothing and stuff made from like little animal bones, and I feel like he has a connection to that type of stuff. He's almost like a.
Yeah, we never addressed his bird.
Yeah, I was thinking about putting the bird into this drawing. Yeah, he's got birds, dude.
One of the original ideas was like one of his first like early like when he was young or
the bird is in the
story.
The bird's in the story.
Yeah, so like it dies and then he makes like the skeleton into like some type of robot because he didn't want it to die. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like as it's dying, it doesn't like like, oh, it's gonna die. So it doesn't all happen at once, right? Like he like fixes an eye, then he like fixes the leg, then he like fixes the wing, and eventually they're like, just let that thing die.
Just a cyborg. It's like a cyborg bird.
And eventually like nobody really knows. It's like, wait, is that thing like, it's like all robot now, right? And like nobody kind of knows, but it'll help them here and there.
It's cool. That's cool.
I feel like, you know, Burkita's got this connection to the Dybbuk, and I'm not going to say like to compensate for that Nika has the bird, but it's just like in opposition to that, like Nika has this robotic bird. But they kind of they both utilize the birds, especially when they were younger. They utilized the albatross birds for flight, like quick transportation. How do you think they get away with like assassinations and stuff, right?
Yeah.
They got like an easy out when they got the albatross bird with like an 8-foot wingspan, and they're carrying these like super light children. Like we talked before about their bodies maybe are like Angel from the X-Men, where they almost have like a bird like hollow skeleton. So for whatever reason, like we were talking before about the gravity that took place on their home planet, it just makes their bodies react differently. So they're in a sense like lighter than a person, right? But stronger.
Yeah, it's craziness. It's craziness.
I put it like it's almost like it's like carbon fiber. And they said that for the people in Avatar, right? They're like, oh, their bones are like carbon fiber. But it's just the idea of like carbon fiber being like lighter than other materials. That's why that you want it in cars and stuff like that. So this is like a material that their skin, their organs, their bones are a material that is just not native to Earth. It's just different from Earth. Earth forms.
Yo, go full screen with your art. It looks crazy. I can't really see it. His arm looks sick. Yeah, it's nice.
Thanks. Yeah, so I try to get in. Like I wanted to put a glow to this Burkita weapon, but not have it on per se. And they're kind of just in this defensive pose here. For some reason, I never like have Nico wearing much, but I have Burkita in this kind of like bodysuit that can keep her warm. She's got these boots on and stuff. Try to make it like akin to what Kevin did with Burkita's costume, Burkita's concept art.
Crazy.
She can check out. I think it's posted to Albatross Junction. .com. You can see the concept art that we've been doing. So yeah, I picture that they're, you know, working their way around in one of those scenes from a movie where the two heroes are back to back and they're about to, you know, defend themselves against like more foes.
Wow.
Space, did you get my messenger I sent you? No, I don't think I saw a message yet today. Actually, I probably, if it was an email, I haven't checked email in a couple days. How was your Easter? Yeah, my personal email. Is today Monday, Kev? Yeah, like over the weekend, I don't know, for some reason over the
Yeah,
weekend
today's
sometimes I
Monday.
don't. Yeah. I don't look at the email over the weekend because on Saturday and Sunday I'm usually like hands-on with my projects, and I kind of don't. If I can avoid it, I don't go to the computer. But if you meant Facebook, that's a bad one for me because I'm like really bad with like Facebook sometimes.
Long story short, you can't contact me after Friday.
It's kind of a shame sometimes too, because a lot of people like have like a lightsaber related email that they kick off on like Friday, and then I notice on like Monday I'm like, oh, I had an email.
It's hard to keep up though, man. When you have all these projects,
Yeah, it's well, I try
it's
to
really
keep
hard.
like the creativity going at a certain level to where you know, you can't kind of divert if you're having like a good moment with creativity. It's not good to divert just to accomplish like smaller tasks sometimes. So sometimes like over the weekend I try to boost up like creativity, just let that go buck wild. And then when I'm sitting at the computer for like I'm surprised I didn't look at it today because I was sitting at the computer for work, but I think on that computer I actually didn't have called up my personal email. Sometimes I don't, but just like usually I'll check that since I'm at the computer anyway, like on a Monday. That's a good time to check email for me. Yeah, I was thinking about taking this drawing here and maybe inking it by hand. Kev, what do you think about maybe like coloring this, or maybe I'll color it for as a trading card type of thing if it doesn't make it to be
Hell
a
yeah, that'd be dope.
cover.
That'd be dope.
Like whether or not it's a cover, right? We could make a trading card out of it. If I could think of a cool background, maybe I'll make like a poster out of it. Do you ever think Anhinga as the one on the left here as a younger, better looking Magua? Is that his name, Magua? From
Oh
the
no, I don't think of him like that. Never have yet. Anyway, that's how you see him.
No, like not totally, but just like in this instance, I just thought of Magua, and I was like, the way he had his face painted at the end, like all black.
Yeah, all crazy.
And he's like just a killer. And like I just don't feel like Magua is like that good looking. No, I feel like Nika probably is like more of a. I always told you like I felt like he looked like an Egyptian statue or something.
Yeah.
Like especially with like the ebony type skin, I always kind of like that idea.
Magua was ugly as hell, man.
I thought he was so ugly. Fantastic actor, but wasn't easiest on the eyes. Worked for Magua.
Yeah, it works for Magua. Yeah, he was scary as shit.
Magua was a bit jealous though. I think it was because like he saw like Nathaniel Hawkeye not only as some like half a white guy, but he probably saw him as like, this guy's better looking.
I don't think Magua cared about any of that.
Kind of cared. He kind of cared because you remember he was even trying to get with the girlfriend of Nathaniel Hawkeye.
Yeah, but I don't think.
What the hell? And like no, he was jealous, dude. He was jealous because like that girl did not even like him. Remember the girl? He was like, yo, he wanted to put his arm around her. She jumped off the cliff. That's how ugly Magua was to her. But also, he had killed her dad.
Yeah, he killed everything. Man.
I mean, he was pretty, and he was an ugly inside and out.
Yeah, he was terrible, man. He was just a bad guy.
I love how Magua went out. Like, me and you played that scene from Last of the Mohicans so many times, where the father charges Magua's crew. Yeah, and just like, no one can stop this tyrannical just breakdown.
Just watch his son die, though, man.
No, that's why it was so effective. Like, he had nothing to lose. He had nothing to lose anymore. He's like,
nobody was stopping that man in that moment.
And you know how he said it a couple times in the movie. He's like, I know that like Nathaniel's like my second son, but he's like, it doesn't compare to like that other son. It's like that other son's like my real son. Like, he said it like 2 different times.
Yeah.
He's like, Nathaniel's like my white son, but that other one was my real son. You're like, oh, like you kind of felt his pain. You're like, damn, dude. Like his whole people.
Yeah,
he was crazy. He at the end said he's like, I'm the last of the Mohicans. Like, oh shit. Like I thought it was Daniel Day-Lewis. That's what I thought. And I'm like, no, it's the father. He goes, I'm the last of the Mohicans. He's like, I'm bitch. It's not you, Daniel Day-Lewis. You think it's the whole time it's Daniel Day-Lewis when you watch the movie because like, oh, he's a good shot with the long rifle, and he's the star of the movie, and it's Daniel Day-Lewis, and then you get to the end and it's the father going, shit, like my son's dead. I'm the last of the Mohicans. You're like, oh shit, it was this fucking guy. And it would have been the son if the tragedy didn't happen. And I think the son was actually after. He had a white girlfriend too. So the son wasn't going to make no like true Mohican anyway.
Yo, my father used to say, we the last of the Puerto Ricans. I swear to God, he used to say that all the time. I had to crack up. We the last of the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, because like Nika will, like you see this thing like when I told you Nika creates things like to wear like these they're like little bones and tied with like parts of animals together, and he kind of creates his clothes and what he wears like and his weapons too. Like he's got a sword that he made from bones, and what he does here with inside there in his arm gauntlets that he just made from that arm or from those animal parts and those little bones that he strung through ligaments and stuff through to make his little gauntlets. He's got like needles. Like Kev, do you remember what's that movie? Was it Dragon? Last of the Dragon? No. With a Jet Li, and he takes out the little needles and he sticks people with the needles.
No, I don't. That doesn't sound familiar to me.
And that's how he gets the guy at the end. Everyone knows by watching the movie, he's got these needles in a little wristband. So by the end of the movie, when he's got to attack the bad guy and stop the bad guy, he paralyzes the bad guy, kind of with like an acupuncture move, using these needles. When the bad guy thinks he's weaponless, he doesn't have any weapons left. So Nika has needles. They're like poison needles that he could like throw at you. He's got a lot of like little hidden needles and knives and stuff that he can. Yeah,
I support that.
And since he's
he also got to have some like
technological.
Yeah, where he just hacks your hemo.
Yeah, because I kind of even feel like even though he's going to use these, like I consider them like, let's say it's a poison dart. I feel like the poison at the end of it is technological. Like it's got like poison
Yeah,
hemobites, for lack of a better, like it's got hemobites that he turned to his
he
whatever he
weaponized
wanted.
Timo. Yeah,
Yeah. So like when he might flick one of these darts at you, you're like, what the hell is this? Like this is nothing. And like everyone knows in this world that you can't kill each other. Now it's fine if these twins killed somebody because they're exempt from like the hemobite law of eye for an eye type of law that goes on in this world with the blood nanotech technology. But other people don't know that. So when, let's say, they flick a dart at them or something, they're like, things like that don't raise such an alarm with people because, like, knowing that they can't be killed or that they can't get attacked without that type of punishment, eye for an eye, people have this mentality of, at least in the social setting, of like an air of safety, right? To where like they know they're not going to be killed by somebody because at least that person wanted to be killed themselves, right?
yeah.
So I feel like he could like poison somebody. They might not like retaliate, or they might not like think it's a big deal because they don't know that he just like gave them a new blood disorder or whatever you want to call it situation. A new blood configuration or programming.
Mundo's idea is pretty sick.
Let's see what he's got here. When Nico comes into the bar, he gives me a bird beak, so then I offer a final drink to the person about to be... Yeah, because Mundo's character, for anybody that doesn't know, Mundo is in the comic book, and he's the bartender that gives people their last drink before they die. And Mundo says that poster would work with Donovan's shadow in the background. Yeah, I think something like that. I think like the poster you were drawing the other day, or the cover, Kev, of Donovan kneeling, could
Yeah.
like something could be done with that shadow behind him. I think too. That shadow could ride up and like form something, or be the Albatross letters, or be the mom, or something. Be Dobbs, you know.
Looking for this damn brush I can't find. Oh.
What do you think Nico would order at the bar?
I don't think he would order shit.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I think
I just think he's going there to either like
deliver
like,
that.
The bar is like his store. Like if he needs a piece of tech and you got it and you're in the bar, he's like, yeah, this is what this guy is. Where I gotta go get it.
Oh.
Like he doesn't care, yo. Like no one's messing with this guy. Like he's like everyone is just food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I don't know if he presents himself. Like I never saw him, like I always saw him like as like a ninja. Like no one knows that he's there or was there. He's like a ghost. I almost think like I wonder if we could I wonder if this fits in, but if it's like only Donovan that kind of knows that Nika's out there.
Oh.
I mean, of course Burkita does too, but I just mean in the sense that what if like I don't know. I kind of see it. I'm kind of formulating an idea where like, not that people think he's crazy, but something like that, where like people close to him are like, wait, is this guy he's talking about like real?
Yeah.
Like there's wait what? Like someone's
Like, what
coming?
the fuck is happening?
Why does he care if someone's coming? Like because like they just see Donovan and is like, wait, what would be the problem? Like he destroyed everybody. Like all his enemies are gone. Like what's the problem?
Like,
It's
yeah,
like,
you
oh
never
shit,
lose.
this motherfucker's coming. Like why are you stressed out? It's like, oh fuck, this kid's coming.
That's gonna be sick.
That's kind of more the era that my drawing is from. It's like the era of like toward the end of the series.
Yo, I'm still on this guy's face, bro. Like, what am I doing?
I don't know, but I was gonna tell you. Do you have something to show us so that we could wrap it up pretty soon? You said you were still only on the face.
I'm still on the face, yo. Like, I looked up for an hour and a half. I went too crazy, but I mean, it's a cover though. You know what I'm saying? You got to go crazy for the covers.
Right. Like I was just thinking, like, should I start inking this? But I really want to know what I want to put in the background before I ink the two main characters here. I want to think of something like what would be the background here? Who they're facing is like who's encircling them or something else. I'm not sure.
I'm just adding a tattoo to his chin. Then I'll broadcast for a little while, for like and let you see it.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you, I'm way happier with the way that this one came out, this cover concept. Ooh, the orbs. Yeah, the orbs in a pattern might be cool. See, these two don't need those orbs, but I was thinking orbs in the sense of around their attackers. Like their attackers would be like almost like SWAT team dudes, but you see them because they're orbs. That was a good idea, Mundo. The idea, the first draft of this idea, I threw on the ground the other day, Kev. When I started drawing this one, I was like, I got so mad at the other one, I just threw it over my head, and it landed on the ground, and I just went on with this one because this was more like the idea that I was thinking of, where these two were kind of like, there was a little more motion to it. They were a little more true to their final forms, a little more true to their costuming and stuff like that, hopefully. And I didn't really want to have like the main background thing, and the other one was like the light whip, and I didn't like that.
The light whip is gonna be sick.
I didn't like how it was like on in the last version and taking away here. I'm gonna grab it off the floor. So remember I told you the first one ended up looking like I thought Nika was fine, sort of, but then the Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman sister just wasn't really working. And
Nika looks good as hell there, though.
Oh, cool. Yeah, thanks. Like I was okay with him, but then I was like, there wasn't that much movement in his pose, and then his sister just didn't look like his sister. It looked like Wonder Woman. So I threw this one over my shoulder, got rid of that one, and went to this one, which I think just looks a lot better. It's more like them, more like the twins. It's got the look of Nika that I like, where he's just like wearing like kind of like nothing, like he doesn't care about the cold. And Burkita's got some kind of outfit on, but still, I don't know, form fitting sort of. And she's ready with her like light weapon can do like different stuff. So it's like never going to be like a lightsaber, but it's technology. I was almost thinking the other day, I don't know if we had talked about this already. Maybe this is something that we already talked about, Kev, and that's why I'm thinking of it. But did Nika make that for her? Because I was kind of thinking like, oh, Nika made that for her.
Oh yeah, we never.
Point.
Yeah, maybe.
And
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, because like he's
that's a
like,
cool spin.
Yeah, so maybe it even does stuff that, like, I would say like we could keep one thing for a surprise that it could do that she doesn't even know about, that like Nika built into it, but it's basically like a high-tech thing that Nika built for her, and I'm still figuring out the exact purposes and stuff like that, but she uses it as a weapon. And one of the cool things that I see in Harry Potter was that little device that Dumbledore gave to Ron, the Deluminator, which was something that had a power to it that Ron didn't know at first that it had. So it did something later on that Ron was like, oh, it does this other thing too. So I'm thinking, this device that Nika made for his sister that she's holding here could actually, do something special later, or come into play later with something that maybe she doesn't even know. And I got him dressed like some kind of Hawaiian or some kind of like American Indian or some kind of Mayan or something like that, which is how I've been depicting him for a while.
Yo, I'm bugging. I am bugging.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah, I'm about to. Doesn't make sense though. It's crazy.
What do you mean you're bugging in the sense that you work so hard on that one?
I'm just
part?
doing too much, but it's fun though. Look at this face.
Wow, this looks like something carved out of the mountain, dude. Wow, it looks like a Tyson movie poster.
Looks crazy, right?
That's incredible. Look at the brow. That's the brow to end all brows. Has anyone had a stronger brow?
No, hell no. So then it's gonna be, it's gonna be this. It's gonna go up top.
Whoa! Look, you got it all going.
Yeah, man. So then, back here.
So his like kid and play do will be over the junction word?
Yeah. Well, I don't know exactly what's gonna happen. I can like relay it out once it's drawn. But like,
I think even the first time you see, I think even the first time you see the junction word, it could be partially covered because it's so recognizable. It's so recognizable as the word junction. It doesn't spell anything else. If you cover TIO, it doesn't spell anything else.
Yeah. So my thought is, the piece of the buildings that are in the light will be like, like this, and the piece of the buildings that aren't, we know, would be in the night. So like, this will have like, should be like illuminated with windows. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
What I mean?
So it'll be like kind of a montage sort of the city behind him, or it'll be like a realistic look of the city.
I don't know, probably a realistic look. And then I think I'm gonna have Dobbs back here. Like Dobbs back here.
Oh, okay, nice. Maybe have him looking just as badass as Donovan
Yeah,
does.
yeah, it's gonna look crazy. It's gonna look crazy.
That looks good. That looks like the cover. I think it would be so sweet if the trend fell down just to be like laid out just to be like I did the interior pencils and you did the cover art, and then you imagine for the second issue we liked mine and we put my cover art but we put your interior pencils. That would be so
That'd be
crazy
dope.
if that worked out that way.
That'd be dope.
But we do plan to have multiple covers, and that's kind of crazy.
That's kind of dope.
Do plan to have like multiple covers available for issue number 1, so we'll see. This will probably be one of them.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm just realizing though, that I don't want people to read this as too much of an X.
Maybe you could take the top tighter. That would all. That's all that you'd have to do is like bring the top lights closer together.
Yeah.
So that the top beams are closer, and then you have more of a
That's
an
why
upside down V more so.
That's why I'm drawing him. That's why I'm gonna draw him fully. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see it. Yeah, it's working. It's
I can
working.
play with the beams. Yo. So absolutely, just sharing my screen slows down my Wi-Fi connection in my iPad, in my iMac or my MacBook.
Well, when I get mine screen sharing thing to work,
since I've been sharing it.
Yeah. What I think I'm gonna do is though.
Since I've been sharing it, it's been slower. It's been slower as hell.
Yeah, and there's like we picked up a delay, I think.
Yeah. So it's that. So I stopped sharing it now.
But let me go back to this here. Move this one. What I think we could do, I mean, it's a fantastic idea where we have the 2 iPads and we could be side by side, which is what I want to do at some point. We'll see how the connection holds up once we get there. But in the meantime, what I think I'm going to do is make videos that are like with iPad art, like doing color, doing inking, where it's just a screen, and we'll put it on this channel, Comic Book Creation Live. It'll just be like a pre-recorded video, just me. So I won't have that problem of it slowing down. I won't be live. I won't be trying to be with someone else, right?
Yeah.
I could just kind of be doing the artwork, recording it. Like yesterday, I recorded a video through OBS that worked fine, and I think I'll be able to do that with the screen sharing option, or what's it called, Air server. Once I get that thing working.
Do the same.
Yeah, I really liked how it worked too, because I was able to just kind of use a microphone, talk into it, and select what I wanted to appear as the on-screen thing. So I think that's the way forward for those like iPad type things. But it's gonna, who knows? Maybe this whole crisis thing ends and the connection doesn't get bogged down as easily anymore when we're trying to do that. But we'll have to see how that unfolds.
Man,
that's coming out really good so far. That's coming out good.
It's looking pretty nuts.
We will continue this here with episode 44 in a couple days. We will probably do it today's Monday. Probably do it Wednesday or Thursday. Mundo, thank you for being a part of this. We really appreciate you being here.
Mundo, 2021, we going hunting.
Yeah, we are. We are.
I need to.
I want to go to Texas, eat some barbecue. I wouldn't be able to believe it if I was in Texas eating barbecue and it was like our own barbecue that we got, like our own. We hunted it. That'd be crazy. I don't know how it works, like, cause like with deer or something, don't you hunt a deer and then like you don't eat that particular deer for like 7 days or something? I mean, I don't know exactly how it works, but Mundo knows all the answers. So check out Albatross Junction on Instagram. We've been posting some stuff on there that's different from the content on here. Also, albatrossjunction.com. We will be releasing the first 2 issues in a volume 1 compendium, like a graphic novel, coming out October 1st. So check out the Indiegogo link below in the description to this video, and please leave us your email information.
Please, yes, please.
And we will hook you up with some special stuff when we launch, like 1 of 4 special posters that we're creating for, especially for the pre-launch campaign. So the pre-launch campaign is going to run for a few months, and we will, email you guys maybe once or twice just to let you know where we stand with Albatross Junction and when the actual campaign is going to be launched and stuff like that. So, but actually, Kev, you know what? I'm almost lying, because we will only send 1 or 2 emails. But you know what happened when I signed myself up through the Indiegogo thing? They've been sending some like garbagey emails to me. That's like not related to Albatross, right? I'm like, yeah, what are these? But we will only send Albatross pertaining emails to you, and there'll only be like 1 or 2 of them. So, yeah, come back here, Comic Book Creation Live YouTube channel, and subscribe here. And if you want to check out the older videos, I will add those to the description, the episodes 1 through 42, which took place on a couple different channels, like mine, Space Windu channel, and Kevin's K. Scott Cosme. That's where the older shows can be found. But I'll link them in the description if anybody wants to go back and kind of follow us from creating Albatross Junction from day 1, which is what we're doing through these shows.
Yeah, it's wild.
And we'll continue as well through issue number 1, issue number 2. We'll keep showing you guys the process, and you guys can be involved as far as, leave your comments, tell us what you'd like to see, maybe a cool character. If you understand the world, the frozen world of Albatross, maybe you have a science-related idea for us, and definitely pass those along. We always look for that type of stuff. You could email us info@albatrossjunction.com. Mundo says, come check it out. Lots of fun with these guys. Thanks, Mundo.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will definitely see you next time, and be safe. Kevin, you be safe too.
Yeah, man.
You don't sound like you're coughing at all. You had a cold the other day. You don't have one at all.
Oh, no, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good now. It's cleared up.
Nice.
I've been killing myself with vitamin C and all types of craziness, man. Are you kidding me?
I got to remind myself to take all them vitamins, because I know it would help if something like went down.
Yeah, man. I'm taking vitamin D is important right now, and it's best to take it at night. Like vitamin D, man.
That's a good.
A ton of vitamin C.
That's a good one. I got them in my cupboard. I could.
But you want to make sure your levels are peak for vitamin D and C. Especially like those 2 really count right now.
Especially because I'm not getting any vitamin D because I'm sitting in the house all day long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
and only one day.
We'll take it right now. Nighttime. Vitamin D at night. Need it.
Definitely.
All right, man.
All right, thanks, Kev. We will talk to you guys again soon.
Don't forget to badge yourself.
Definitely, I got to rub that in. Just like always.
Yeah, man. Always a blast. It sucks that I can't, I can't like show what I'm doing as I'm showing it because it affects my Wi-Fi so much. But I might just cave and buy that extender to see if that helps.
Yeah, it seemed like the way I placed my extender was not in the right spot, but maybe you could get it to where it would work properly for you and get good signal down there.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's do it. I'm gonna do it. All right, broskies. Moon.